25 mind-blowing U.S. geography facts you won't believe are true. What if I told you the U.S. has a lake inside a volcano, a town where the sun doesn't rise for 2 months, and a state that's both the farthest east and the farthest west? Yeah, the geography of the United States is absolutely wild, full of weird borders, impossible landscapes, and nature-defying facts that'll make you question your map. Welcome back to the channel. Before we dive into these mind-blowing facts, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because you won't want to miss our next episode uncovering the strange and fascinating sides of our world. Alright, let's explore 25 US geography facts you won't believe are true. Fact 1. Alaska is both the easternmost and westernmost US state. You heard that right. Alaska, the massive icy state up north, actually extends so far west that it crosses the 180 degrees meridian, the line that separates the eastern and western hemispheres. That means part of Alaska is technically in the eastern hemisphere, making it both the westernmost and easternmost US state. Mind twisted already? We're just getting started. Fact 2. You can drive from Alaska to Russia, kind of. During the coldest winter months, the Bering Strait between Alaska and Russia freezes over. It's about 2.4 miles wide at its narrowest point between two tiny islands, Big Diomede, Russia, and Little Diomede, US. When the ice is thick enough, a few daring explorers have actually walked across from America to Russia on foot. So technically, yes, you can walk from the US to Russia if you're brave enough to freeze your toes off. Fact 3. The US has the world's largest freshwater lake. Lake Superior, bordering Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, is so huge that it holds about 10% of the world's freshwater. It's bigger than some entire countries. In fact, it's roughly the size of Austria. If you sailed from one end to the other, it would feel like crossing an ocean. Fact 4. Death Valley is hotter than any desert in the Middle East. Death Valley, California, holds the record for the highest air temperature ever recorded on Earth, 134 Fahrenheit, 56.7 Celsius back in 1913. It's not only the hottest but also the lowest point in North America, sitting 282 feet below sea level. It's where the ground literally shimmers with heat waves. Fact 5. Maine is the only state that borders just one other US state. Out of 50 states, Maine stands alone. It only borders New Hampshire. The rest of its boundaries touch Canada and the Atlantic Ocean. So next time someone says they live on the edge, well, Maine literally does. Fact 6. There's a rainforest in the United States. When you think of rainforests, you probably imagine Brazil or Indonesia, not Washington State. But the Hoh Rainforest in Olympic National Park is a lush, green wonderland that receives over 140 inches of rain a year. It's one of the few temperate rainforests left in the world. Fact 7. The U.S. is home to the world's longest cave system. Deep under Kentucky lies the Mammoth Cave System, stretching more than 420 miles, and scientists are still discovering new passages. It's basically an underground maze the size of a small country. Fact 8. The Mississippi River used to flow backward. In 1812, a massive earthquake near New Madrid, Missouri, was so strong that it caused the Mississippi River to temporarily flow in reverse. People at the time thought it was the end of the world. That's how intense the quake was. Fact 9. The US has an island that changes countries every 6 months. Welcome to Pheasant Island, sitting in the river between France and Spain. It's co-owned by both countries, and every 6 months, control of the island switches hands. It's technically European territory, but here's the twist. It's governed by a treaty signed by a US diplomat in 1659, giving America historical ties to it. Fact 10. You can find sand dunes taller than skyscrapers. In southern Colorado, Great Sand Dunes National Park features dunes reaching up to 750 feet high, taller than most high-rises. Standing at the top feels like being in the Sahara, but you're actually in the middle of the Rockies. Fact 11. There's a town where the sun disappears for 67 days. Welcome to Utqiagvik, Alaska, the northernmost city in the U.S. Every winter, the sun sets in late November and doesn't rise again until late January. That's over 2 months of total darkness, but locals make the most of it with festivals and snow adventures. Fact 12. 4 states meet at one single point. You can stand in Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona all at once. The famous Four Corners Monument marks the only place in the U.S. where 4 state borders intersect. It's the ultimate selfie spot for geography lovers. Fact 13. There's a lake inside a volcano in Oregon. Crater Lake was formed when a volcano collapsed about 7,700 years ago. Today, it's the deepest lake in the US, and its water is so pure you can see down nearly 100 feet. It's basically nature's infinity pool. Fact 14. The Great Lakes are actually more like inland seas. Together, the Great Lakes hold 21% of the world's surface freshwater. They're so massive that they even have their own weather systems, with waves that can reach 25 feet high during storms. It's no wonder sailors call them the inland oceans. Fact 15. Hawaii keeps getting bigger every year. While most islands slowly erode, Hawaii is growing, thanks to its active volcanoes. The Kilauea volcano constantly adds new land as lava cools in the ocean. So, technically, Hawaii is one of the few places on Earth where new land is being born right now. Fact 16. The US has a desert made of white sand. The White Sands National Park in New Mexico looks like a snow-covered wonderland, but it's actually made of gypsum crystals. It's the largest white gypsum desert on Earth, and it sparkles under the sun like powdered diamonds. Fact 17. You can see Canada from a US city street. In Detroit, Michigan, you can literally stand downtown and see Windsor, Canada, just across the river. In fact, it's one of the few places where Canada is actually south of the US. That's right, Windsor lies directly below Detroit on the map. Fact 18. The US has the world's shortest river. The Roe River in Montana is only 201 feet long, shorter than 2 basketball courts. It flows from Giant Springs into the Missouri River, making it officially the shortest river in the world according to Guinness. Fact 19. There's a river that disappears underground and reappears miles away. The Lost River in Indiana vanishes into a series of caves and reemerges about 9 miles away. Scientists still aren't fully sure of its entire underground path. It's like a natural plumbing mystery. Fact 20. You can visit a town named after Santa Claus. Yes, Santa Claus, Indiana, is a real place. It's known for receiving thousands of letters every Christmas from kids around the world, and yes, the local post office answers them all. Fact 21. There's a stone that's been moving by itself for decades. In Death Valley's racetrack Playa, massive rocks weighing hundreds of pounds mysteriously slide across the desert floor, leaving long trails behind them. For decades, no one knew why. Then, scientists discovered the reason: thin sheets of ice and wind combined to move them slowly across the ground. Fact 22. One U.S. town has an underground city. In Cooper Pedy, Arizona, temperatures get so extreme that many residents built homes, churches, and stores underground to stay cool. Walking through it feels like exploring a real-life ant colony. Fact 23. The U.S. has an island made entirely of coral. Key Largo, Florida, is the largest coral island in the continental U.S. It's surrounded by clear turquoise water and home to part of the Florida Reef, the only living coral barrier reef in the U.S. Fact 24. There's a place where gravity seems to stop working. Welcome to Santa Cruz Mystery Spot in California, a bizarre tourist attraction where balls roll uphill, people appear to shrink, and compasses spin wildly. It's actually an optical illusion caused by tilted structures and perspective, but your brain will swear it's magic. Fact 25. The US has a lake with saltier water than the ocean. Utah's Great Salt Lake is so salty that you can float without trying. It's even saltier than the Atlantic Ocean, sometimes up to 10 times as much. No wonder it's nicknamed America's Dead Sea. So, which of these geography facts blew your mind the most? Was it Alaska being both east and west, or the lake that formed inside a volcano? Let me know your favorite in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing discoveries about the world we live in. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the strangest places are closer than you think.